Welcome back to another episode of Steve's Tech Vlog. So as my previous video, I've just collected my brand new Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, and at the same time I actually purchased two fairly high quality cases from iPaky, which I will unbox and have a look at it. Now the reason why I have two is because there are two versions of this. One of this on my right hand side is actually the slim case, and the one on the left hand side is actually a high protection thicker case. So let's have a look at this. So I'm going to try to maybe move the phone aside. Okay, let's move this here. Okay, let's move this here then. Okay, so let's have a look at the slim case first. So this cost me about $5 US. Now for a phone that's so much more expensive, protection is actually fairly important. So it comes on a tray, nice cover. Both of these cases are of the same price. I'm just going to move it aside. So this is actually the slim case. Okay, so let me just quickly show you what this case looks like. It's got a nice strong rubber border with fairly stiff plastic, or TPU type material. It's flexible, so I can actually bend this, and this is slim, so the buttons are actually built into the case like this. There's a hole for probably the microphone, speaker, microphone, USB-C, headphone jack. I believe this is for the lanyard. I don't remember seeing a lanyard for the phone. Okay, the phone doesn't have a lanyard hole, so this is probably for just a lanyard cable. Alright, so this is a slim case, looks quite good. So let me just see if this thing fits properly. Slides in really well. Okay, so if I hold it up, if I move this all aside, okay, if I don't need this right now, if I hold this thing up, you can see like basically there's an edge that goes up, so when you lay the phone flat on the ground, your screen doesn't touch the surface. And let's see if the power button works. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, this is pretty good, and the case itself is not too heavy, and I can see through. It's a transparent case, so I can see through the case itself. Very nice, and because there is a border around the fingerprint scanner, so if I hold my phone like this, once I touch the border, I know where I can find my fingerprint. It's quite good. Can you see? Just move, I can feel the border and just move up a little bit. That's my fingerprint, so I don't have to smudge the camera. The border goes around the camera very well, and there's a cutout for the flash as well as the heart rate sensor. Now the plastic, the TPU plastic itself is actually quite thick, so this will actually give it quite a good protection. I like this case very much, and it's a big cutout, so even big headphones or big connections on headphones can actually get through. I like this cutout very much because even charging cables that has got a big connector can actually get through. Not sure how the sound will come through about here. Maybe this needs to be a cutout as well, not sure. Appreciate the lanyard just for the mic. Isn't there anything else up here? I don't think so. Alright, yeah, I've got to remove the case to get to the SIM. So this is actually the thin slim case. I'm going to move this aside. So let's have a look at the thicker case from, or the higher protection case from iPaky. Remember that each of this is the same price, about $5 US. Okay, move out the case. Okay, move this aside. So basically looks almost the same, except this looks a bit heftier. Again, the same cutout. So this is a bit different. This has got a big hole for the, this is side as well. There's a big hole for the microphone and the speaker. So actually this would be actually better. Big hole for the USB-C as well as the headphone jack. The buttons now are a little bit different. And it's like rounded corners across the whole border. Much thicker compared to the slim case. And I suspect, like, even for the slim case, it actually makes the edge easier to hold because it's almost squared off, so even the edge would be easier to hold. This would actually make the phone much easier to hold because of the thicker edge, but it will make it a bit more bulky. Everything else looks the same except for there is some anti-shock bumper on the side, thicker area with a bit more almost like gel inside. In terms of size, it's not very much bigger, only thicker. So let's see if I can remove this and then try out the higher protection case. Leave this aside. So before that, let's have a look at this. Looks almost the same. The back has got a bit more protection here. There's some cutouts at the corner. I'm not sure what this is for. And there's actually extra protection for the flash. Okay, let's put it into a larger case. It's certainly a bit harder to get in, and this thing feels a bit more hefty. Feels like real solid, and you can see like the edges actually goes around above the screen. So now don't think there's any chance of the screen hitting the ground. I mean, on the slim case, there is a possibility that if the phone hits at the edge, you might hit the screen. But this basically, so how do you say, prevents all of this. Buttons. Okay, buttons. Buttons are quite good, very tactile. Now I don't know if I want such a thick phone. This is like pretty thick. Can't remember what kind of phone it will remind me of, but this is like a pretty thick phone. So maybe what I'll do is I actually prefer the slimmer case. The slimmer case would be more preferable to me. Yeah, this is quite nice. It's quite sturdy as well. I'm only worried like the edge doesn't have too much of protection, so if it falls like this, it might hit the edge. But if you lay it flat on the floor, there's a upper lip that prevents the screen from touching. So between these two, I'd probably go for the slim case and use it more often because I don't really want a phone that's too thick. Alright, so this is a fairly short review of the iPaky cover for the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. I'll put a link to where you can actually buy this, and it cost me like $5 per case, which is, for the quality that it is, it's quite good value. Alright then.